Mhm.
Um, I was wondering if the artist herself has like long hair or not, and then I found out that she doesn't. She has really short hair, and I thought it made sense because she's like very like haunted by long hair and like doing threading or yarn, working with yarn with her mother. So it just makes sense that she would like cut her hair.
I think that's part of her coming to New York to a new society, leaving everything that haunted her before, and she wasn't able to express it, and finally finding herself and saying, "To hell with all this tradition. Like, I'm done with being in terror."
I was talking to Pauline, and we found out that she was like haunted in a way. It's kind of like my mom, because my mom, she wasn't there for her mother's funeral. And every time she wakes up sometimes upset, and we ask her why, and she's like that sometimes she dreams that she sees her mom giving her the blessing before she came to the United States. And yeah, I just really think of that.
I find it interesting how the artist says this is like the room of her nightmares, but it's all white. And like normally when you think of white, it's like pure, but like this kind of artwork kind of reminds me of like an insane asylum. You know, those people that you lock up, right? That they're just standing in the room forever alone. That's what I get in this room.
Well, I like that idea. I mean, I can see why she would think this is like her haunting. Because all of these things are really like creepy, but beautiful in a way. And it's like a white room when you're tied up and you're all by yourself in a room like this. Why not go insane?
Also, like, as you guys were saying that, like, this is the room that haunts her, I believe Angel had said before that she's basically saying, like, the hell with the tradition, and, like, you kind of see behind you guys, like, the really big, like, I don't know what you call that, like, sculpture frame, something. It was just, like, all the balls, and you see that's her tradition of her winding the balls, and then the person at the bottom might be either her or her mother, just like forcing or like uprooting the tradition. And also the one over there, it shows the winding and like the balls as well, but there's a person that's kind of sad looking by the gesture of its body and like kind of rejecting the tradition, just wallowing in silence.
I kind of had a different take on it because it's like when I look at it more when she's describing it, it's like I felt like the body on the sculpture was like the head exploded and all her frustration just came out of her, like you know how we all keep everything in. Well, now it just finally came out, and now the body is in the corner looking at itself saying, "This is what I've become."
I agree. Wow.
I really say that.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Everything's just popped out of all that frustration and all that tradition and everything that she's kept inside is just exploded right out of her. And I'm guessing that this sculpture right here with the mirror, her without no head and long hair, it's like she finds herself alone and just dreading. She feels horrible. She feels ugly in her own skin.
I felt that like since none of them really had like a head to it, like the whole image of her mom was like not destroyed because she's still always gonna have it, but wasn't a part of her haunting because she knew her mom was like her very special person. And sometimes when someone passes away, you try to like keep that image the most pure as it is the last time you saw those person. And I kind of like see how every time that there's a missing head or every time there's some like body part missing, it's just like a bunch of those baby little things falling out. And I feel like that's like all those, not like insides of the person literally, but like more of like the whole person being destroyed because they're gone and like you can't bring them back basically. And I think that was like one fear that she had, that she was never going to be able to bring her back. And sometimes that like destroys what like you had with that person in a way. That's why it's in this room.
Also, like, I wanted to point out, like, this table right here, it kind of, like, shows, like, two wolves or, like, animals kind of eating something. And I find this, like, very kind of disturbing to me because it kind of like looks like the animals are like eating this like person that has probably passed away, and maybe it's probably like a weird interpretation, but maybe this is her mother and she's trying to take away the memory and the pain of her mother, and this is how she would do it, just eating in a way that's eating her inside. So.
I find that really awkward because I see a face like right here. I don't know if that's just me, but I kind of see a face like right in that corner. I don't know if you guys can see it. Like, can you see it? am I the only one? You can see it? Yeah, okay, then I'm not crazy.
Adding on to what she said, it's probably, like, you know the phrase that says working yourself to death? It's like, probably since she's done all of that her whole life, like you can see over there, like inside her body, it's like the things coming off and whatever. And then over there, it's like the head stuff. And it's probably just that, like a distortion.
I think her nightmare is beautiful. I think her nightmare is beautiful because a lot of people have nightmares, but they don't know how to express what they feel and how to express what they see. And so I think that the fact that she could actually put it into artwork and that she actually shows what she saw is awesome, because like I love the way people have so many nightmares, and it can be totally different because everyone sees something, their life so differently than what other people may see it. And she's just saying like, what do you think? Like, many people maybe in her society where she grew up had the same feelings about or dreams about like their life, and she's putting it out there because no one else has the courage to